Hey everybody, in this screencast I want to talk about how you can use the USGS gauge data to access real-time stream information and historical stream information, stream flow information from their gauge sites. In this case, I want to look at what the flow is of the section of Cherry Creek on the Tuolumne River, which flows between um, Home Power Plant and Merrill's Pool. So I have the Dream Flows page up right here, and I have the two gauges that make up that river, which is below Earl intake, it's releasing at 429, and then below Home Powerhouse, it's releasing at 1,270. And these two release areas or hydropower stations release into two stream beds that confluence shortly below this hydro infrastructure, creating the Tuolumne River. And so right now the Tuolumne is running, if you add these two numbers together, which I've done in this table over here, it's running 1,699 CFS. So say we wanted to see what the flow was last year on this date or this week. We could do that, but we can't do it on the Dreamflows website. We got to go to the website this data comes from, and that's the USGS website. So I'm going to Google USGS water gauge. Remember, it's California. That's the state I want. So it's broken up by state and then watershed within the state. I'm going to click on this link, statewide stream flow table. And then you can see it's broken. This we have 501 sites in the state, divided by watershed. The station numbers are divided up by watershed. So I'm going to do a Control F and search a keyword HOLM. Boom, brings me right here. And I'm going to, this is the BL, probably stands for below. So I'm going to click on that. Oh yeah, and I can see this, before I click on this, I can see this 1,270. That jives really well with that. So I know this is my right gauge. So I'm going to click on this. Lots of neat information in here. Here's the real-time information. Some daily discharge statistics, which are neat too. Mean and median flows around 500. The max was in 1983, which apparently we're over right now, but given this big water year, no surprises there. We could check out a peak chart and see the feet stage. This peaked in 2006, it looks like. Let's see if I click on this image. It gets a little bigger. There we go. It's at 9 feet. Looks like its highest record happened in 2005 in the winter. Also makes sense. That's the rainy season. And on that is in April. Must have been another rainstorm. So that's a flood tracker data. Again, lots to unpack on this website. You could also get water now. This is a really neat feature. If you just text not necessarily phone number, you can do this with email too, waternow@usgs.gov, and then you input, this is the station number, right? It's the same as the USGS right here. It will output, it will go to ask the server, hey, what's the flow right now? And it will send it back to your phone or email, which is really neat if you want the exact real-time information. But again, in this case, we're looking at, we want to find out what last year's data looked like. So again, I'm not looking at temperature, not so much, but I am looking at discharge, perhaps, and gauge height. So here's my available periods for that. 2007 looks like October 1st, 2007, all the way up to our present day, and then 1988 for on October 1st. So I want this in a table, and so that it's going to kind of look like the spreadsheet. And I want my begin date to be 2016 8 9, and my end date also to be 2016 8 9. I'm just going back 1 year, running this query, and here we go. We can see it. It's outputted 15-minute incrementals, and here's the discharge in cubic feet per second. You can see we weren't releasing a lot until about 8 a.m. So, I got to choose at what time. Maybe I'll say, we'll say 8 a.m. date. Insert space 800 PDT. Right. So now we have our date and time, and then we'll move this down, type 2016, and we can see that below home we were at 1,080 CFS. So it's releasing more than it was last year on this day. I know if I go this weekend, or if I were to go right now, it would be a little higher. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the Lake Earl page. So I'm going to take this guy and bump it over here, go back a couple links to my main table, and I'm going to search EARLY. Alright, actually I can look right here, below Early. So there's my other stream of my confluence. So I'm going to do a table. You can see 97 is my same thing, October 1st, 2007, 1988. So those are my available periods. Don't want to mess with those, or don't want to search outside the scope of those. 2016, just going back 1 year. And looking for let's go back. It looks like it's doing a 7-day period. 8-2. Let's do 8-9. Go. Here we go. 8-9, 2016 at 8 a.m. 126 CFS. I'll drag this formula down so it adds these two numbers together, and we get 1,200. And then I can write maybe I'll calculate the difference. I'll call it diff for now. We'll do a little formula of that number minus that number, and we know that it's actually, let's move this guy up here, that it's about 500 CFS higher than it was on this day last year. So if I know if I'm going this weekend, hey, this class 5 run is going to be a little higher, a little more scary, as rivers typically are at higher than their, I know 1,206 CFS is a normal flow, and so this is more of a medium-high flow. Okay, so let's see. Let's go down to, let's do one more year. Let's do 2015 at 8 a.m. for both these stations. So at this point, I can just go back on this guy, put in 2015, go. scroll down till I'm at 8 a.m. You can see 85 CFS. Okay. I'm going to switch these again so that they're in the same order as the columns in my spreadsheet. Oh no, forward. There we go. We want to go 2015. 2015. Make sure that's the 9th. Make sure that's the 9th. Okay, good. And we can see that at 8 a.m. we had 1,120 CFS. And we can see the flow is just about the same. Ooh, that's going to get a little messed up. Yeah, how about we do one more year just to compare. So we'll do 20, just to have a little more data in our data set. And again, we could go all the way back to 2007, but I'm not going to do that. And why don't we add temperature? See what the water temperature was. Oh, that's fun. So let's check 2014. 2014. Go. I just realized we gotta clean that data up. Oh, it's not gonna show that temperature. At 8 a.m. we were at 1,220. The exact same flow as the year before. Look at that precision. Go up. Just got to change our date to 14. And we'll run the query. Scroll down to 8 a.m. 79.2 CFS. At this point, we have enough data to make a trend line. If we put this column right here and highlight this data, we can create a chart real quick. That's a column. What would happen if we did a line? I think the column's better. We can see that this year we definitely had more water. And again, it makes sense because it's a big water year, a historic big water year, so they're releasing a lot more water. Just to review what we covered, we talked about how you can go deeper than this real-time information, this flow information, by doing queries into the past on the USGS website. And I talked a little bit about how you can see peak chart information. Didn't talk about the rating information. We talked about water now. So I hope that helps folks who are excited about historical river flows and how they can help you plan a kayak trip or understand water in the United States better. Talk to you later.